So I wanted to talk a bit about how to deal with situations that create anxiety. So first of all, there's a huge variety in the things that make people anxious. A lot of patients that I see, the main anxieties are social anxiety, but for others it might be flying, it might be driving, it might be a health-related anxiety. The background causes of anxiety are often the same. The focus of it is where it can differ. And I have another video or some articles on my website about background causes of anxiety and depression. So today I'm just going to discuss how to deal with an upcoming situation that will create anxiety. And first of all, I'd like to say that let's pick social anxiety, for example. If you have social anxiety, it's always far better to approach dealing with it with small, compassionate steps. It's never valuable to allow your fear to make you withdraw completely and hide away from the world. That won't resolve the situation. But there's definite value in letting yourself take it gently. So, for instance, if you struggle with being in group situations, then it would be better to start with one-on-one socialising situations and to choose people that you feel the most comfortable with. People with whom you feel you can be more truly yourself, more authentic. So, and then you can gradually sort of build on that. So once you've got a little more comfortable one-on-one, you can start to work on maybe small groups and you can extend from there. So before you're due to go to any situation that creates anxiety, you can think about in a practical way some things that may be beneficial for you. For instance, if it's a party, you might choose to drive so that you can drive yourself home. If 1 or 2 hours is enough and you want to leave early. If you do have a close friend with whom you can be honest and vulnerable, which I would advise is a really good idea to start being honest and vulnerable with close friends, tell them that you may experience anxiety or you might need to go outside and sit and breathe for a while, or you might even want to go and sit in your car for a while, so that you've got a friend there who understands what you may be feeling. So it's okay to find ways of making the situation more manageable, or even taking a friend with you with whom you feel comfortable. And then before you go, you tune in and you just acknowledge with absolute acceptance what your body's feeling. So you really allow that fear that's inside. You allow that feeling of vulnerability and exposure. Those, am I going to go okay? You just let those feelings be. I always say treat fear with love, because ultimately we're aiming to slowly shift our fear towards love. So it's the best way to start is to acknowledge your fear with loving acceptance. It's never about judging self. So as you're driving there, you just allow the fear that's inside. Even as you're there at the party or with the people, just every now and then tune in and say, yep, a little bit of fear there, I'm just going to let it be. And you'll find that makes you much more able to be centered and present and you don't slip into that mad performance mode. And remember, at the party, there is no need ever for you to be the life of the party or for you to be loud, or all you have to be is warm. So it's okay to be, to start with at least, to be sort of just quiet and centered, and even just ask people a few questions and listen and stay warm. The biggest thing that our fear makes us want to do is our fear makes us want to withdraw. And if we withdraw in social situations, other people just think we don't like them. Because always remember that even though we're worried about what other people think of us, they're worried about the same thing. They're not thinking about judging us. They're thinking about what other people think of them. So all you have to do is acknowledge your fear inside, stay centered, breathe. It's very good also to, once you've acknowledged the fear, to have some way of maintaining presence. And it might be just being aware of your breath, feeling your feet on the floor. If you're outside, you might notice the wind in the trees or notice the sound of the birds. If you're inside, you could notice the sound of the fridge. Anything that keeps you centered and in the present moment. And then you just stay warm and you engage with people. And when I said earlier, people aren't thinking of judging us, and of course sometimes people are judgmental, but the only reason another human is ever judgmental is because they don't feel good about themselves. And so they want to make themselves feel better. So just let that be yourself, allow your fear, be present and stay warm.